they can catch up. So I'm Richard Morris. Welcome from me. And welcome from, sounds a bit like the two Ronnies, doesn't it? And welcome from Nina. Did you want to just say hello?
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Nina. Do you want me, shall I wait until I do my little bit? Or?
Well, I'll tell you what, wait, you do your, when we come to the team section,
yeah, I'll do my little bit there.
You can talk about your wizardry and stuff like that.
Okay.
So first of all, thank you very much for joining us. And I would say, you know, you are all amazing people because you use your time and energy to help others. That's why you're here, because you've been invited, because you manage causes, and must never forget that's the point, is social purpose, and you're making a difference. So we're delighted you could join us. And congratulations for signing up, because I know it's sometimes hard to take time out of a day to learn more when you've got, no doubt, like everyone else, you've got a to-do list as long as your arm and not enough hours to do it. But I think taking time out to learn how to make the most of certain things, especially our platforms, is a brilliant thing to do. Now, if you do have questions, please do type them into the chat window, and Nina will help make sure that I answer those either at the time or at the end. And I feel like saying, for quality assurance purposes, we are recording this, but if you have any problems with any of this being published and that sort of stuff, because some of your questions will come up, then just let me know. But as your video pictures aren't on here, that should not be an issue. And there's no such thing as a bad question. I know you've heard it all before, but there's no question you could ask, shall we say, Giving Machine related, of course, that I couldn't answer. And so, you know, part of being a charity is being very transparent on all things. So, and if there's anything that's unclear, just make sure you ask, because chances are someone else is thinking about the same thing as well. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So what we're going to cover is we're going to cover a little bit about win-win supporter engagement and how to help people to help you. And then that then fits into, so what do we actually do as the Giving Machine charity? Well, we do the Giving Lottery, we do Shop and Give, which is the shopping platform we have, and we've also got some giving vouchers, and really just to talk you through some of those, and then we'll just summarize and close. So there's a fair bit to get through. I'm probably going to run fairly quickly, but this is all stuff that if you want, we can share with a recording. So that you can catch up. But the main thing is to give you a very quick overview of a ton of stuff so you know what's there and you can make the most of it. So the first question really, and I think the point to start, is what's the number one thing that people want in their lives? And when people are often questioned, if you could say in one word, what you want more of in your life, what would that be? And you usually get a whole load of different answers, but the one that consistently comes up is people want more happiness in their lives. And you might say, well, okay, how's that relevant to what we're doing? But I'll come on to that. So the second thing that I think relates to this is a really interesting social experiment that was done in Canada. And it was done to students, and they were given $5 Canadian to spend either on themselves or to give away by the end of the day. And there's sort of a number of factors were measured, but one of them was their happiness rating before and after that event. And some of those people that were given money to give away were given 20 Canadian dollars. And what was interesting is that those who were asked to give the money away were measurably happier and for a lot longer than those who spent the money on themselves. But actually, the other thing that was really interesting about this is the amount that they gave, the $20 or $5, did not affect the happiness rating. So it was about the behavior, not the actual amount. So what does this mean for your cause? Well, making a difference to others makes people happy in themselves. And you're in the business of helping people to make a difference. Now, bear in mind, this is different from the actual thing you do, whether it's educating people, whether it's to do with enabling them to belong and contribute and thrive in a particular cause about a particular either medical condition or something that's happened to them or whatever. This is about the people that want to support you. They want to make a difference, and making a difference makes them happy. So effectively, what you are doing in fundraising, if you like, and in community engagement, is you're selling happiness and fulfillment. And it's really important to remember that, to understand What do actually people want? Because the question then is, do your engagement strategies fulfill on what your customers want? Because it's very easy for a lot of causes, and I use the word cause because we work with charities, schools, community groups, community sports clubs. So I don't just use the word charities, but it's often easy to focus on what you need, which is the money. But the other side is, what do the donors actually want? Well, they want to make a difference. And so it's really important to remember that. And so when you think about your supporter experience, how do they find out about you? How do they hear about you? And one of the things would be is that they might want to be, to attract people in, is hearing about the difference you're making. And it's very easy to say we're fundraising and this is what we want to do. But actually what I'm suggesting is maybe thinking about, this is the difference we're making. Do you want to join us? And we're fundraising to achieve that. And you can help us in these ways, right? And maybe it might even be, you can join us, and it relates to the experience. And then I think the other thing then is, this is a restaurant greeter that unfortunately doesn't look that happy, but is that there's a sort of, how do you greet them and welcome them in? So once you've kind of talked about some of the stuff that you're doing, the impact you make, how do you bring them in? How do you say, well, actually, these are all the ways you can get involved and make a difference with us? And I suppose I use that language purposely because you can say, help us make a difference, or you can say, you can make a difference with us. And it's a very small thing, but it recognizes the fact that your donor often wants to be making a difference. And when I use the word donor, it might not just be someone giving you money, but they might be giving you stuff, right? They might be giving you volunteer time. Why do they do that? Because they want to make a difference. It's important to them. And then, of course, the next bit then is, what menu do you offer? What is the range? How do you welcome them in? And then how can people help you? And making sure that's fairly wide, because as we all know, not everybody has the same resources to give. Even those of you who've got boards of trustees, when trustees come in, they've got different amounts of time they can give. You've almost got to have a menu of options of engagement. And one of the really important things then is to make sure you stay in touch and say thank you, to build that loop again. So what's our purpose in all of this? Well, the Giving Machine was set up really to make it easier to give and to make a difference. So, and easier for you guys to leverage our platforms to make sure that you can do that, and to use technology and provide innovative services to unlock more giving, because ultimately more giving builds a happier set of companies, customers, and communities connected together. And that's really what we see our mission is. And we know it works. We've given away almost 2 million so far and tracked 3 million donations. And what's interesting about those numbers is they're micro donations. So we're not about necessarily the big donations. We're about trying to tap into some of those smaller ones and harvest that and help you guys do the amazing things you do. Because ultimately what makes us happy is helping you to achieve your social purpose. And of course, I've just put in, we get excellent reviews on Trustpilot, and we're sort of very proud of the fact we do a good job and people really rate us highly. So a little bit about the Giving Machine team. This is the motley crew. And I'm not going to take a long time to go through these, but ultimately, just on the top, just in case you interact with us in any way, Louisa looks after all of our retailer relationships. Nicola is our head of technology, and she's laughing most of the time because most of the time technology works, but periodically there's an issue. Rachel heads up our marketing. Louisa is the one that will be handling any inbound queries that come through our sort of ticket system. James helps us on some of the admin side of things. Nina?
Hi, guys.
And what do you do, Nina?
Yeah, so, well, my main focus is to support all our wonderful causes, set up and get active as soon as possible. We provide all the promotional materials and marketing tools to enable you to launch successfully, all of which are available on your cause page. They range from email templates to graphics to share on social media. I also host the Giving Machine community group on Facebook, where we share top tips and shareable content every day. You can join us there via our Facebook page. I'm available to assist at any time by email at nina@thegivingmachine.co.uk, and also happy to have a quick chat at any point if you wish to request a call back. Thanks, Richard. Back to you.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Nina. And then Laura helps us a lot with our digital marketing. And Craig, Jonathan, and I are the sort of three of the four founders who kicked off the Giving Machine. Craig still maintains interest on our sort of branding and some of that side of stuff. Jonathan manages the numbers. We do have some more pets involved, but this is Max and Sid. They're not really that productive, to be fair. Bit more there for eye candy, to be honest. And if the doorbell goes, you'll hear them soon. So that's the team. So what we want to just talk about briefly is our services. So we're just going to start briefly on the Giving Lottery. We'll talk about Shop and Give, Donate Now, and a little bit about giving vouchers as well, just so that you get a taste of all of them, because some of you have joined us because you are on our lottery platform, and some of you have joined us because you're on the main Giving Machine platform, which is our Shop and Give service. And it's important that you see all these things, how they can fit together and generate money for you. So if we then have a look at our lottery platform, let me just find where I've got that. Hold on a second. Right, I think we have got that here. Right, so let me just move this over. Here we go. Right, so hopefully you can see that. Perhaps I'll zoom it up a little bit so that it's 125, about there. Right, so this is our lottery platform, and I'm just showing you, this is what it looks like from a player perspective when you come in. So essentially we run a lottery platform. We have the license to do that. We fill in all of the bits and bobs you need to provide back to report on that, but what we can then do is offer that out to good causes to leverage to generate money for themselves. And what's brilliant about this is there's no upfront fee. You just get on, you set that, and you start earning cash from that as you promote it. So you can support multiple causes if you are a player. So you can say, actually, do you know what, this particular cause I want to support, and that's side of things. The way it works, it's very, very simple. If we look at how it works down here, you can see that if you match certain numbers, you get 3 extra tickets. If you match other ones, you get £25, £250, £2,000, or £25,000. The draw is every Saturday at 8 o'clock. It really is that simple. People can play from £1 a week to support you. You keep 40% of that money. And it just goes straight to you. The rest goes into prize funds, administration, and support, and all that sort of stuff. And the reason that's such a good side of things is because there's no upfront money, you're already in a positive return on investment from day one. And so if you look at some of the causes on here, I'm just going to pick one here, and you'll see why I'm picking it out. But so this particular one is supporting a cancer support group together in West Essex. And even though they've only got 8 supporters here at the moment, they're already generating about £500 a year. So, you know, you can start to see that this really does generate, and we pay out every month. And I'll come on to how it looks like from your side of things when you log in a second. If you look at down here, you can look at draw results. It's very easy to see who have been winners and all of these sorts of things. You can start to see all of these people down here where the winners that we've had in each draw, right? So the point is, it's all there, very public, and you can see all of the different draw results, if you like. And the thing I love personally on a Saturday night, my wife gets a bit annoyed with me, when I see the draw results come in, I always like to look, because what makes me smile is seeing all these different causes getting it, from Radio Tyneside to this PTA over here, this cancer support group over here, the hospital there. I love seeing the fact that people are engaging and winning. So the other thing to mention from another perspective, which is quite interesting, is you can also do gift vouchers on this. So this is a really nice way of giving people something there. Now, you've got 2 ways to give a gift voucher. You can buy a gift voucher, and I'll just show you what it looks like for any amount. So each gift voucher gives that many chances to win. But you can choose to let the recipient decide which cause to support, or you could, in fact, select the cause that is supporting. Now, if you've got trustees, this is a nice gift that they might choose to give to people in their family. You know, 10 chances to win 25 grand and supporting your cause, because you can pick the cause at the same time. So with online gifting really taking off, this might be something to remember to promote to some of your staff and colleagues, because you're giving someone else the chance to win, but doing some good at the same time. So let's look at this from a cause login perspective. So once you go into your account, what does it actually look like? So I'm going to show you a dashboard for one of the causes we have, which is this side of things. So when you log in, you will start to see how many tickets you've sold and all this sort of stuff. You can, I'm going to skip quickly over this so for privacy issues, but you can see the supporters and their details, right? Now, one of the things that's interesting about supporters is you can log in and get all of their details, as in their email and their name. There is a column there that tells you whether they've given you permission to email them. Some good causes, what they do is load those down, take out the ones that are allowed to email, and then they send them emails to say, thank you for supporting us, and don't forget to share it, and that side of things. And when payments come, then they will say that. And in fact, on your reports, for example, you can see this particular cause here got a payment of £49.60 in the last few days. And therefore, I would expect to be going back out to that group of people to say, thank you for your support. You're just brilliant, right? And I think it's building that feedback loop, because remember, if we go back to the beginning of this conversation, it was about if people are trying to support you to make a difference, they need that feedback loop to know it's working. And I do actually sometimes have to cajole causes into, look, do make sure you say thank you, otherwise you'll lose supporters, because they won't know they're making a difference. It won't make them happy. There's marketing help on here. So you can access leaflets and that sort of stuff. So you can click on here and you immediately get all these leaflets you can do. If you want, you could even get areas where you can just share them straight onto Facebook and Twitter and so on. And that size. And you can even on your own thing, look in and you can see on what weeks you had winners. But I don't want to stay on there because we've got some emails on there. So it is very easy to do, and the dashboard is quite simple. And you can see as you go down, it just gives you a whole breakdown where you are, what your funds raised annually is looking like in terms of your run rate, right? But what we see on average, we see most players going for about on average about 1.9 tickets each. So if you think about that, that's going to be, they say it was 2 tickets, which is a bit easier, £8 a month. It's about £3.20 a month per player. So about £30 a year. And that's an average, but people do veer much more than that and less than that. That's the kind of thing. But do remember, you can contact your supporters from here, and it gives you all the details to do. So I kind of wanted to just show you, these guys have done super well, and to Paulie Ward Memorial Hospital, they've done really well. You can see they're running about £1,800 a year with 41 supporters. And you think this is nice recurring revenue, it just keeps coming in. And the benefit is you've still got something every week if you want to talk about it in social media of who's won and that side of things. The other thing I want to talk about briefly is, and I just show you this cause here, GR8's cause. The reason this is interesting is because GR8 is a tool hire company, and they decided they wanted to support Together in West Essex, which is a charity, as I say, doing cancer support. And therefore, it was a way that this company could support the charity, given they can't run any events this year and they're very, very busy. And so if you've got companies like corporate partners, and I say the word corporate partners, but bear in mind, look at this. This company's only got 9 people supporting it, but it's going to put another £560 and possibly more by the year end into this charity's bucket. So if there are companies who like you and they would be willing to launch a lottery to support you, we can do that. So I think it's another way for companies, and that's one of the things that I enjoy doing, is helping companies give back. One way they can give back is get their staff and their audience on social media to join in and play a lottery for £1 a week, £2 a week, and help you. So that might be another avenue in the corporate market space for you. And you might have some support. If you're a school, you might have some parents that have got companies they'd be willing to do that to help, and so on. So then, if we then go to the Giving Machine itself, which is the main website. So this is what it looks like from a player perspective. Again, I'll zoom this up. So the Giving Machine main website, this one is predominantly about online shopping. So we have deals with about 2,500 shops. And we have any user, say like me, you can support up to 4 causes. I knew that would happen. Doorbell goes, dogs are barking, but we'll have to just go through it. And what you can do is you can support up to 4 causes in any percentage split. So in fact, I'll show you that in a little while. And you can shop at any of these retailers. So in fact, I can just click on sort of go shopping here, and what you'll see is we start to see all the retailers we've got on here, which is great. The other thing that we have is we do have a shop and give reminder, and I realized I'm on I usually have that in Chrome. So let me just go to the Give Machine on Chrome, because I was on Edge there for some reason. So same sort of thing. Now, the shop and give reminder is a tool that we put into the toolbar here, and that reminds people to shop. So just as a quick reminder of how this works, the deal we have with all these retailers is that they give us a percentage. So if you looked at, say, I know, Look Fantastic, because we all like to look fantastic. If you shop at them, they'll give up to 3.6%. So if someone spent £100, they would give up to £3.60 as a donation for that, and doesn't cost the buyer anything extra. It's all included. It's a bit like cash back, but for good. Okay, so that's kind of what that's all about. Now, we also have this thing called a reminder, which plugs into your browser. You might be able to see just up here, there's a little purple heart with a sort of red 3 next to it. What does that mean? Well, it kind of means if I was searching for something, let's see, I was searching for I'm going to say blue suede shoes. Now, I haven't done this, but let's see what happens. Blue suede shoes. And I come up, you see, once we scroll down past the adverts and that side of things, and you can see there's a lot of, that's probably going to be some advertising. Yeah, you can start to see down here, probably not the best example if you do red shoes, but you can see here, John Lewis. And if I zoom in, it's on 75%. You can start to see that those shops that are on the Giving Machine will show up with this little highlight automatically on Zoom. You click on that and it takes you through to John Lewis. But what you'll see in the top right-hand corner somewhere, you'll see here, click to continue. And then if you click on that to generate a donation, all the magic takes place. You go back to John Lewis, you're back into blue suede shoes, right? So it really is quite that simple. You just allow the cookies and then you carry on, and then the donation will happen in the background automatically. So if you then go back to this, which is my page here, I've got my account here, so you can look at my causes. So I think I'm supporting 4 causes in different 25% each, and I've got that split across there. And you can see my donations. I'm hoping it'd be interesting to see where I've been purchasing. So let's have a look at my donation history. And you can start to see you get all of this. So in fact, in this particular one, yeah, I had to go and get an MOT done. In fact, I'm doing that next week. And then a bonus donation, and I did a couple of purchases on Etsy and so on. And GiftGaff was for a SIM card. So you can see that the users can see all of their donations and how they tot up into the various bits and pieces. Now, the other thing that we did do, we had earlier in this year, Amazon changed its terms and conditions to make sure that, yes, we can collect income, but we're not actually allowed to give it away. So what you'll notice is that in the Amazon one, it actually helps fund the Giving Machine. So what do we do? Well, we actually made sure, do you know what? We need to make sure we're still giving away some money. Now we get money from some of the retailers who advertise and spend money to be at the top here. So we give away bonus donations. So you can send people to our site to collect free bonus donations. It doesn't cost anything, and they're allowed to collect it once per day. So if you looked back at my donation history, you will see the fact that I've got bonus donations in here. And sometimes they're just worth a few pence. But I think if you go back, sometimes they're worth more. We just play around with it. So these are 1 pence here, but you can see there was 50 pence. Doesn't sound a lot, but you have to buy a fair amount to get a 50 pence donation. And once you add that up into people, then it becomes more. But the really important thing here is it doesn't cost people a thing to give, whether it's collecting a bonus donation or whether it's shopping. So then let's now look at a cause page. So I'm going to go to the Dalit Children, which is one of the causes I support. So we've got several. This is a page that you get, and you get to send out. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save the link and show you what it looks like if I'm not logged in. So let me just do log out. So I just want to show you, if you send someone new to your cause page, this is what it will look like. So you've got so when you've got a normal sign up, join and support this cause. So it basically effectively pops it into the basket, and off you go. You click on that and you're into a join sequence to complete your details. Okay, so this is the main link. When you've got a cause on this, just like you would on the lottery page, you would share the page of your particular cause, and that when people join, they automatically support you. We also have a quick sign up here. Now, this is not quite so useful at the moment, because what it was designed for is if you have events and you had an iPad or a tablet somewhere for people to sign up and support you, say you had a quiz night, getting people to fill out their details on the quiz night would be a pain. But what you can do, you send them to a quick sign up. They can just put their email in saying, I'm happy to stay up to date, terms and conditions, join. And then they're straight in, right? And that way, then they get an email to complete all their details. So it's just the quick sign up was for when you don't have the ability to do that. Now, the promotional materials of any of your pages automatically populate here, and you've got a whole load of materials to use. And in fact, if you then look on your page and all this, it gives you all the links you need, and it's straight off your page, and you can see all the details that you need, right? So you can get logos, you've got a presentation, you've got posters and flyers, how to add to your website. It's even got all of the bits and pieces to just copy and paste straight in. And the most important thing is getting started, right? All of these sort of things. But I would say one of the top tips that I see people missing most of the time is, whether you're doing the lottery or whether you're doing the shop and give side of things, sign up and use it yourself, because that way you'll see it. And also, especially on the lottery, if you and a few other people aren't using it, and it's just got 0 sitting there, you're not going to get people signing up, because it looks like no one's there, and no one likes to be first. They just don't. People hate it. It's like walking into a meeting room with no one else there. People just don't like it. Now, the other thing that we do give you, which is kind of interesting on here, is we do give you a donate button, and you may have noticed that it's a donate now button. Now, there was a reason we did this, is that I know donate now isn't particularly innovative in a way, but if you aren't a charity, trying to get a donate button is really hard. You can't really get it. So we decided, well, we can help schools and clubs and non-profit organizations that aren't charities by just creating a very simple donate now button. And we've done that for everyone. So we don't collect any gift aid, but what we do is just take a very small amount off to cover the transaction charges that we get charged. It's a straight pass through. So there is a donate button there for you should you wish to use it, and we do see people using it, which is brilliant. And another thing that's on this website, apart from shopping, is giving vouchers, and that's really for businesses. And I just want to show you how that works. People can buy a giving voucher, a bit like an Amazon voucher, if you like, but it's got a code, and when they come back onto the site, they can redeem that code. So basically all they do is they get it, they buy a code, they enter the code in, put their email address in, and then they can give that money to wherever they want it to go. And we're starting to work with businesses in a way to reward their employees, as well as some businesses that may reward customers in that way. And we've got 1 or 2 retailers that are coming on. That's the way they want to work, especially some in the financial industry where you can't really reward customers with financial incentives, but if it's a donation, it doesn't trigger any bribery issues. So we have got this giving voucher scheme, and we do see people sometimes buying those as gifts as well. There's nothing like getting £5 that you have to give away somewhere. So let's have a look then at what it does look like if you've logged in as a cause. So I'm going to, let's have a look. I think, here we go. Have I got, yeah. So I have got this one here. Hold on a second. Yeah. So if you've logged in as a cause on the Giving Machine platform, and I've just picked First Cuffley Scout Group as an example. So this is your cause login page. There's a bunch of things that you can do. You've got all your various reports about donations. Let me just check we're in a decent zoom. I'll zoom up a bit. You can look at your donation report of where you're getting some of your money from. You can look at your statement, and you can see in this particular one, this Scout Group got £40.52 sent to them in the last month, and you can see how much is due. Now, there's a couple of really important bits in here. You can email your givers, so they can click this button, they can create a message and send to their supporters. And of course, that's really important for saying thank you. Again, is trying to provide that feedback loop to say thank you to people. So we give you this tool for free. So we don't give you the giver details, but what we do is give you an opportunity to contact them. And that might be where you'd say, sign up for our newsletter, do this or do that, or that sort of stuff. And then you can take that further from there. So if we then go back to the presentation, what's special about this? Well, you're asking for a favor versus asking for cash, because you're asking for a slight change in what they do. And that then opens up where you can go to ask for that slight change. You can go to your staff and their friends. If you are ordering anything online, chances are you can get it through the Giving Machine. Don't forget, you can also ask existing donors and their friends, look, would you give for free? Because I think it's really, would you like to be part of our team making this difference? And if so, here's a way you can help, and it doesn't even cost you a penny. Local businesses might support you. Suppose they're ordering, especially B2B businesses, they're ordering paper, ink cartridges and all this sort of stuff. Would they order their goods and that side of things to support you? You could ask your family and friends, because again, you're not actually badgering them for money. Volunteers, don't forget your board. Your board should be doing everything to support you. And that side of things is without actually always having to offer their own money. And this is a way they can do that. Your friends, your customers, and I say customers, remember, I'm thinking about the people you serve. There's no reason why they can't support you for free. It's a way that they can give back as well. And, you know, and that's users, if you've got any other products and services that are users, even your suppliers, people who supply you can help you do the things you do. And I say neighbors because if you're an organization that's got you're actually physically located somewhere, you might have some neighbors, some business neighbors there. But the point is there's lots of people who would support you for free. You just need to figure out how to let them in. So if we start to look at the audiences that we offer from our platforms, you've got people who like to win, which would be lottery, obviously. You've got people who like to give for free. And when you actually look at that, there's no reason why you can get people who like to win, but they also like to give for free. And you've got people who like to give for free who'd also like to win. And therefore you've got that kind of cross fertilization of both audiences. And of course, both of those really are a way to pull people in, engage them in the social impact that you are addressing. And as I say, even if with schools, making sure our forthcoming business leaders and people who are in business and in our communities are engaged and really sort of being the best sort of community citizens and contributors they can be in all senses of the word, is a real big investment in our community, is social impact. So in some ways, you're all trying to make a massive difference. And when you get people who really want to help you, they become long-term supporters. And don't forget, long-term supporters will also advocate you. So sometimes that one person who's only giving you a couple of pounds a week or a month, but they may be getting lots more of that in for you and helping you because they're telling their friends and family who are able to do more. You can't always judge people on their sole personal contribution. So that kind of starts to round up. Sorry, that is Sid. He really likes to make a big noise sometimes. So the checklist really is, we went through what does a regular cause look like on the Giving Lottery. We also went through what does a corporate partnership look like, and I showed you GR8's one, but we have business groups on there as well. So I'm a member of a business group, and I've got several other business groups to adopt a charity. If you know business groups in your area, we could set up a lottery for them to support you. And if you've got community fundraisers out there where you say, actually, I'd like to set several off, we can do that if you've got several branches. I showed you what your cause page looks like, where you can get promotional materials, and how you can email your players and what reports you get. And then on the Giving Machine side of things, talked about how you can support multiple causes. Our lovely reminder that fits onto Mac and PCs in Safari, Chrome, Firefox, and I think shortly Edge, and how Amazon works and how our bonus donations work. We talked briefly about giving vouchers, and then how to promote and get your givers up, the number of givers you've got, and really making sure that you email supporters and you can see the statements and payments that you receive. And I think the only other thing I'd mention is we're pretty tech nerdy type stuff. And so we use a lot of these kind of applications. In fact, we switched over, funny enough, just recently from Basecamp into Freedcamp to manage projects. If you want any advice and you're thinking about stuff to run your organization or how to keep in touch and manage a whole load of stuff, chances are we've probably been through that. So pick up the phone, get in touch. If we can help you in any way, of course, we'd want to do that. But I just want to put, these are some of the tools we use, and many of them are free or significantly discounted for good causes. And that brings us really to the end. It was a bit rapid, but I wanted to give you a sort of decent overview. I guess I would just ask, are there any questions? I'm just checking. I haven't seen any.
Nothing's come through yet. I don't know. Does anyone have anything to ask?
If there's any questions, is anyone still awake? No, I shouldn't say that. But I hope it's given you a good overview of what you can do with what we have, because we really just want to keep sending out more money. So I'll just give it a second in case there are any questions. If not, you can always email us at the end afterwards, and yeah, we'll handle those and that side of things. But yes, so hopefully that was helpful to you. So I'll just pause for a minute and in case there's anything else. But if not, adding the link to the browser. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So let me just show you that. So if you are on the main Giving Machine website, under the For Shoppers bit, you go to Install Desktop Reminder, and that's where you see it. So you just click Install there, and whatever browser you're on, it will install that reminder for you. And in fact, when I use a reminder for me, let me just show you. When I do it, I actually find it's easier just to go shopping, because if I click on that little purple heart, I can go straight to my shops. You can see here, oh, do you know what I want to go to? I just go straight into, and it does it automatically. So I don't have to go and search for it. Now here, of course, I'm not signed in, which is not particularly helpful. But you can see if I was signed in, I just go straight to that shop. So I tend to use the Shop and Give reminder to go and do that. Okay. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah.
That's really, that's how you do it. Just go and install it, and then you kind of just forget about it, but use it when you go shopping. It's just so much quicker.
Peter's just asked, can we search for a particular item to buy?
Well, it's a good question. So you can on the Amazon bit, but the reason you can't is we tried that a few years ago, but it requires all the shops we work with, and bear in mind we work with the partners, to have all that data in a consistent way. And they are rubbish at having all their data and images in a consistent way. So we did do that, and we tried it, and it just looked like a dog's breakfast. So unfortunately, we're reliant on the data the retailers give us. So I would love to do that. So the best way really is to, as I say, use Google here, where we got that. So I find I'm just going to do something just to show you. So when I was looking at, say, I needed wiper blades, right, for a Chrysler. I'm just going to see if this works because I'm doing this live. I haven't done that. So I went down and, and you can see down here on eBay, I've got a couple of people talking about Chrysler blades, but you'll find that there are certain, not the ads, but there'll be certain people in the links at certain points that will come up. So you could see already we had that. But if you were, I know sometimes I was looking perhaps for a garden gazebo. This is how you would do it, and you might as well use the power of Google. So if you look down here, you can already see Wayfair has got garden gazebos, Argos has, oh look, so eBay has, Primrose has. So I would probably use a shop and give reminder on a desktop to do that. I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Brilliant. Well, as I say, I want to keep to time because I know time's precious for us all. I hope that was useful, and please make sure that you get the most amount of money from these platforms as you possibly can. And if you aren't set up on one or the other, we can get you set up very, very quickly. And we'd just like to get the money flowing to you. And please, could you also make sure you tell us the impact it has made and the impact you are making, because that's important for us to share into our community too. So thank you very much for joining us, and we will hopefully be in touch soon, and look forward to hearing from you at some point in the future. Take care.
Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.